Well, hi everybody. This is Daniel, and I wanted to talk about how everybody's deceived into thinking the Jew, their God, is the creator of heaven and earth. In Genesis, it clearly states that God created. The God of Genesis states that He created man from the dust of the ground. Okay, and in the New Testament, Jesus Christ says He'll return as an all-consuming fire. What does that show us? What does fire do but turn things back to dust? Correct. And then with the dust in which we were created, right? So yeah. So and another thing is Cain, when God denied Cain's offering, he was telling God, your works aren't sufficient. Okay? He knew what Cain was going to do. He So Cain killed Abel. Okay? And what's the point of this? Is that there's a big point of this. Is that it's literally, you have to understand that it's a play on everything. So what is our world now? I mean, even Abel never. I mean, even Cain really never died in the Bible. If you really think about that. So who got to live? Eve did, right? But who lived? Who's the serpent's law? It's a woman, essentially. So what you're doing, and I'm not saying every woman is the serpent. I'm saying that if Jesus Christ is God, okay, that His bride was the serpent, okay. And then my point is, when Eve is a representation of this because she lived forever. She's still here. She just like the serpent. She never died, okay. That's my point. Is like the serpent just lives forever and she is here, okay. And then we're the sons and daughters of Cain and Eve, literally. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. That's kind of scary, right? But my point is that when the Jews, everybody says, I want to be a Jew, I want to be a Jew, because you thought that Jesus Christ wasn't the creator, right? You believe the deception that is this world. So what you thought the Jew was the good thing, right? But if you understand what Jesus Christ did, He made their covenants no longer. So my point being is that how do I explain this very easily? Is that when you say I'm the Jew, no, I'm the Jew, no, I'm the Jew, you're saying that somehow they had the right God, or they had their God was Jesus Christ, the creator of heaven and earth. Because all things show us that He is the creator of heaven and earth. Even everything in it. Like I just explained to you about the all-consuming fire thing. It all points to Jesus Christ. And that's what they hate, is they hate to see that. And you have to understand is that God is most people, when they say God, they're talking about serpent's law. They're talking about the Old Testament God of law. You're talking about the serpent. That's your God? Is this what we've come? I mean, this is, you have to understand, is that there's a separation between the two. And when Jesus Christ said, I'm Alpha and Omega, He's talking about Genesis in the New Testament. He's not talking about the Old Testament. He's not. It wasn't Him. It's simple. It's very simple. I mean, we can talk about Isaiah. Isaiah was a prophet. He saw things through Jesus Christ. But that's another story. But like, my point is there's truth in the Old Testament. I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm just saying it's truth, but it's just not. That's not Jesus Christ. It's not what this church will teach you, because that's exactly what every religion is. The flesh. Okay. When you talk about religion, you're talking about flesh. So science, everything. So when you're saying that somehow the Jews had it correct, you're thinking that their God was the creator of heaven and earth, but what you don't get is Adam willfully sinned and gave the keys to the serpent. So then you have your Old Testament, and you have, hey, let's pillage, let's rape, let's kill. And that's what you get. And then you got the God of grace, because God in the Genesis said, you are free. That's the first words He ever said to Adam, is you are free. He didn't say you're bound by laws. And guess what? The God of Genesis wanted us free. But guess what? In the middle there, they put in this huge law-based thing and said it was Jesus Christ, or the God of this. It is the God of this world, but they said it was the creator of heaven and earth. But they lied to you, because Jesus Christ is the creator of heaven and earth. They don't want you to know that. They want you to keep thinking that, oh, God turned Himself into Jesus Christ. No, Jesus Christ is the Father, and that's the point of why the church gets upset, is because they can't handle that. They can't handle, hey, you've been like praying to the demon. And Jesus Christ said, never worship me. He never said worship me. He said people worshipped me. But He didn't say he didn't say like worship me. He never told people to do that. You know, and you're in a workspace system. That's why when you tell these people the truth, they get all mad and they want to kill you. It's because they have they have to do that. You have to understand, you're telling them the truth, and it said the truth will set you free. They can't be honest with themselves, so then they'll never see. The truth will just offend them, and then they'll seek the truth. Though they'll understand eventually. Trust me. But I hope I'm not too confusing right now. But my point is that when you say I'm the Jew, I'm the Jew, I'm the Jew, you have to understand is you're saying that they were right somehow, that their God of law was somehow the right God, right? The sufficient, as in their God was the Father, but their God was not the Father, okay? Their God was the serpent, and that's what you have to understand is Jesus Christ was the Father, and that's why He said, I am the Son, and you have to come through me to get to the Father, right? Saying He's the Father. There's a reason they killed Him. There's a reason they killed Him is because He's saying, I'm your Father. And the Jews understood this, and you might not understand this now, what they did back in the day, and that's why they killed Him, is because you're saying, hey, I'm the creator of heaven and earth. And that's why they didn't like it. Do you understand? And that's why they didn't kill Him, but they turned Him in, okay? So they sold Him for like 30 silver, whatever, you know, like, It's just ridiculous, guys. And this whole world is like everybody wants to be the Jew, but somehow you thought they were the Jew. You thought they were the believer, but in all reality, the Gentile is, and that's why it's so turned on its head now that you can't even have a conversation with somebody without having to explain shit to them. It's so fucked up. Like you would have to literally start from the beginning. And I probably sound crazy right here, but there's a point, there's a reason to the season, right? There's a season to the reason too. Okay, but God bless you guys. Be safe. I hope it's not too confusing, but just remember when you're talking about you're the Jew, you're saying that their covenant was right somehow, but it wasn't. Okay, so God bless you guys. Be safe. Have a good one.